The Oakley 13.11 was released a month ago. I obviously had to get them. In this video, I'm gonna look at the pros, the cons, and I'm also gonna compare them to the good old M frame and the fairly new Oakley Sutro. Let's first have a quick look at what it looked like when I got it. Got it in this paper box, opened like this. At first I thought it looked pretty cool, realized that's actually pretty cheap. What does not feel cheap though is the box that it actually came in, which is very sci-fi. I like that the box is not too thick because that makes it easier to transport the sunglasses. It would look like this. Sunglasses would obviously be in here. It also comes with this little metal card, which is not metal, it's, I don't know, some material that's not very strong because I always bent it. It says the mission code, the model number, and the SKU number, which is just the number Oakley has for all of their products. Based on a model code here, it doesn't seem like it is as exclusive as Oakley claim it to be. I don't know if it actually is very exclusive because it's not even sold out on their website yet. Okay, let's go into the details of these sunglasses. So first of all, the most important thing is how do they fit? Well, the frame is great. It's super tight. It really reminds me of the M Frame Pro that I've had since 2005. The first ever Oakley sunglasses that I got myself. I mean, this is the model that most athletes would use in the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, not until 2008, 9, 10 did people start wearing other models when the Oakley Radar came into the market. And that's also the main reason why I got these, because I thought, oh, a new version of the Oakley M frame, that is cool. New is cool. I'm just obsessed with Oakley, so I'm obviously a bit biased, but I just really wanted to get the same frame that was my favorite for so many years. And then last year when I bought the Sutro, I was kind of disappointed because the fit is not super tight. I feel like if I was doing some kind of activity that is like really fast, like a lot of movement, I feel like they could fall off. That would definitely not happen with these. And then if we look at the frame of this one, you can look at the B-roll here, you can see that the frame is very spacey, I don't know what you would call it. It's like sci-fi. It reminds me very much of something from Star Wars or whatever, which I guess is Oakley's intention with these, which I'm not sure if I like. I'm not a huge fan of that, and that way I really like the design of the good old M frame better. But if you look at these next to each other, you can see that there's a hole on the 13.11, and yeah, just the design is a bit different. What is also different is that the lenses you have on these will not fit on your old M frames because they have a bit of a design difference here. This little hole is not on the old M frame, so if you wanted to use this one with your old lenses or the other way around, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. And when moving over to the lens, I think that this is my biggest issue with these sunglasses. Design-wise, I'm not a huge fan of the sci-fi look, but as with the Sutro, I don't really like that this part of the sunglasses touches my nose. And yes, you can change the nose pieces and it will make it a bit better. But for me, even though I'm wearing the one where it actually works, it still affects the way it feels when I'm wearing a hat. So if I'm wearing a thicker hat than this one, especially now out in the winter and like out in the cold, this doesn't really work. It touches my nose and it bothers me. So when I was skating the other day, I was wearing them, but then I had to have the hat on top. And if it was colder, I would have had cold ears, but still being able to wear these. So that's not great. In terms of whether you should get these or not, I think that it really depends on if you're a collector or if you just really need some good sports sunglasses. Because If you want some sunglasses that fit very well, like it's a tight fit, these are great, but I will still say that the old M frame was better in terms of that than these are, because you don't get this touching your nose. If you can find some M frames on eBay, I would go for them instead of these ones. If you think that it's really cool with something new, just like me, then go for these. But then you have the one part, like the elephant in the room, and that is the price. It's more than $500 for these, which is kind of crazy. It probably cost Oakley about 10 bucks to produce them. So they're making good money. It's all a part of their great marketing. Like I said before, exclusive model, not even sold out yet. Doesn't seem like it's very rare. So I wouldn't be very stressed out. And to be honest, love that they're moving in the direction of bringing the old M frame back, but I just wish it was more like the old M frame. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, design-wise, you have to choose yourself if you think it looks cool or not. My girlfriend hates them. I do understand why, even though they're growing on me, like every model of Oakley kind of is. I've always hated the new ones lately, and then I just start liking them. So decide for yourself. But I'm not gonna sell them. I'm gonna keep them. But they're not my favorite.